Greetings and welcome to Ultima Gaming, a show your mother probably doesn't want you watching because she knows there's better shows out there. I'm Hunter Ginn.
I'm Jessica Jane. On today's show we have Cadence of Hyrule, an indie Legend of Zelda based rhythm game.
Then later on the show we've got Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. When Konami says you can't make your own Castlevania game, Iga says, hey, screw you, I'll make one all on my own.
But first on the show we have Mario Maker 2.
Nintendo actually listened to us and gave fans what they wanted most: slopes and online multiplayer with friends. That's really all you need. Here's our review for Super Mario Maker 2.
Let's face it, the Wii U didn't have a plethora of great titles in its library, but some of the games exclusive to the console were incredible works of art that many gamers simply missed out on. Super Mario Maker was one such title. Being a massive success, the game created endless hours of fun for makers and players alike, allowing Mario fans to create and play their own levels and the levels created by others. It was universally loved and one of the best-selling games for the Wii U. Fast forward 4 years later, and Nintendo decides to follow up near perfection with yet another near-perfect Mario Maker in the form of Super Mario Maker 2. Mario Maker 2 follows up and expands upon the original in almost every way. This time around, the game offers a unique single-player story mode, which contains pre-built courses that give the player unique challenges, such as clearing a level without jumping or taking damage, that help keep gameplay feeling fresh and varied. The plot is as simple as they come for Mario games. Peach's castle has been destroyed, and because everyone else in the Mushroom Kingdom is too lazy to be bothered with donations to their wonderful leader, it's up to Mario to run through levels collecting coins so the Toads can afford the construction to rebuild it. Story mode aside, the game still offers the amazing Maker tools as before, now with even more items and worlds to choose from, with the biggest addition being Super Mario 3D World as a new engine. Unfortunately, the assets for 3D World are unique in that they can't be shared with other engines, so if you develop a level outside of 3D World, it can't be transferred in, and levels made in 3D World can't be transferred out. Regardless, the game still offers unlimited replayability not only through the creative process of building a level, but the vast amount of player-created levels that you can try out yourself. Using a course ID will allow you to find specific levels directly, while browsing Course World and using Network Play will allow you to discover other levels at random based on difficulty. Gameplay and innovation feel incredible in what is an almost perfect game. I say almost perfect, because there's one dreaded aspect of the game that ruins a major portion of the experience: online play. It's no secret that Nintendo has never really mastered the art of playing online with friends, and where that blemish is extremely apparent is Super Mario Maker 2. For starters, the game doesn't allow you to directly connect with friends or see their levels. It has zero integration with the Switch friend system, which begs the question, what is the point? Why have friends on the Switch at all if all I can do is see what game they're playing, rather than be able to interact with them and play their levels? Having to use the Course ID system just feels primitive and archaic in 2019 for online play. But that's not actually the worst of it. Where the game really struggles is in the form of cooperative and competitive play. Trying to play with others online is a huge gamble every round. The online structure is completely inconsistent, with some rounds playing flawlessly, while others start and will run at 3 frames a second, rendering the entire match unplayable. And no, that's not an exaggeration. Network play aside, Super Mario Maker 2 offers a fantastic experience for Mario players and creators alike, and you'll have non-stop fun as you create levels and make your friends play them and suffer over and over. It's a shame that this 5-star game is ruined by a terrible 1-star network experience, which brings the game's total score to a 4 out of 5.
And there you have it, Mario Maker 2, providing endless hours of fun from endless creators creating endless possibilities on Nintendo Switch.
Up next, we have a game for all of you Legend of Zelda fans. That's right, Cadence of Hyrule. As someone who's a big fan of the Legend of Zelda series and their soundtrack, I am so excited to play this rhythm-based game. Here's our review of Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence of Hyrule blends the wonderful Crypt of the Necrodancer formula with the Legend of Zelda series in a unique gameplay style we've yet to see Link or Zelda encounter. Yes, I say Zelda because she's also playable in this game as the main hero, and there's never, ever been another title that attempted this feat, ever. Repressed memories aside, Cadence of Hyrule marks a big step forward not only for the Nintendo franchise, but Nintendo as a company. Allowing an indie developer to handle one of their most beloved IPs was surely a huge gamble, but I'm pleased to say that it's all paid off. What makes Cadence of Hyrule so unique for a Zelda title is its gameplay. While the assets and overall world belong to Zelda, the gameplay itself comes from Necrodancer, as the two merge to create something beautiful. This isn't the type of game you want to play with the TV on low volume or mute, because music is everything in this game. Unlike Zelda titles like Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds, you're unable to simply freely move as you wish when you first enter a new area. Rather, you can only move at the pace to the beat of the music in the background as you move across a grid. This is true for not only the player, but enemies as well, so you'll have to learn to watch out for their movements in addition to your own, as you attempt to traverse the map at a steady pace. As long as you manage to keep the beat steady and move consistently along, you'll gain a bonus meter, which will grant better items from enemy drops and potentially increase a weapon's strength. Because of this unique gameplay style, you can't simply charge around and walk up to the nearest enemy and strike freely as you would normally in a Zelda title, but rather you have to think strategically about your every move, as each beat presents an opportunity for enemies to trap you as well. The game offers a variety of dungeons, but they don't offer the same puzzles in the way a normal Zelda title, but instead offer the puzzle of how to safely traverse the area and reach the end, all while sticking to the beat. And speaking of the beat, longtime Zelda fans will appreciate Cadence of Hyrule's soundtrack, as it offers some incredible remixes to classic Zelda songs beloved by fans old and new. If you would rather take in the music and not let it stress you out to the point of life or death, there is an option to turn off the beat-style gameplay. But honestly, in my opinion, it's what makes the game so unique and interesting, and by turning it off, you're only cheating yourself out of the experience. Cadence of Hyrule may not be for everyone as a unique rhythm game, but any fan of the Zelda series should definitely not be dismissive and be willing to give it a shot. While it doesn't offer the quintessential Zelda experience we've all come to expect, it offers something fun and different, and for that, we can greatly appreciate it. Cadence of Hyrule gets a 4 out of 5.
Up next on the show, we've got a game from Iga, the man responsible for making Castlevania what it is today. He's departed Konami and created his own series, Bloodstained. And we've got the newest sequel here right now, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Does it stack up to the original series? Here's our review.
For years we've been trying to get our Castlevania fix, when it seems like even Castlevania can't do the job itself. But don't fret, as Koji Igarashi, the brilliant mind behind Symphony of the Night, has returned with the spiritual successor in the form of Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. The game was launched thanks to a highly successful Kickstarter, and thankfully, this is one instance where a Kickstarter game was well worth the wait. Bloodstained knows its roots and follows them well. The gameplay experience looks and feels like a classic 90s Castlevania or Metroidvania title, having the player move on a 2D plane up, down, left, and right throughout a large castle, navigating and learning the lay of the land as you travel deeper in. In this aspect, Bloodstained feels extremely familiar and may even evoke a sense of nostalgia for players, as many elements feel straight out of Symphony of the Night, including the combat style, different assortment of weapons and collectibles. Even the basic narrative of an ancient evil that must be slayed feels familiar. Granted, it's not all that important here, but is simply used to keep the progression moving along. The largest update that Ritual of the Night offers compared to classic Castlevania titles is the ability to upgrade weapons and items. Upgrading plays a huge role within the game, as collecting shards will allow players to buff just about anything and everything as they see fit. You can craft your own weapons and armor, and upgrade those to even more powerful versions. High-end armor can even be combined and crafted to create even stronger versions that can't be found elsewhere. With all the upgrade possibilities, it offers a large amount of flexibility to suit your needs as you see fit, letting you be as strong as you need, or as greedy as you need with increased item drops. While the combat is fluid and gameplay feels tight, that doesn't mean Ritual of the Night offers a flawless experience. The game starts out a bit slow, as your character has little to no abilities, making the opening stage feel a bit sluggish. Even so, it makes you appreciate your growth and increase in strength that much more. In addition, the game isn't totally bug-free, as on occasion there would be graphical issues, and even worse, at launch, a game-breaking bug that would cause players on Nintendo Switch to need to start their game over. This has all been fixed long ago, but is still worth noting as issues that existed upon release. But former bugs and small nuances aside, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night offers players a beautiful balance of old school and new school, and those of us who love Symphony of the Night and have been looking for the next successor may have found it right here. A 4
Pay it no mind. I've been through worse.
out of 5.
And there you have it. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a worthy successor to the Castlevania series. Iga won't let us down. I want to thank you all for watching this week's episode of Ultima Gaming. We actually managed to make this episode in the shortest production gap ever. It's a new record. This only took us like a month and a half from the last episode, which is actually pretty good,
You're welcome, guys.
considering how we opened 2 episodes ago with, hey, it takes 2 years. So hey, you know, maybe we'll make this a weekly thing at some point, but probably not, because writing reviews are hard. Thank you all for watching Ultima Gaming. Be sure to go to patreon.com/VGX7. You can find us on there, support the show. And of course, you can go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, find us all right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.